about the Green Bay Packers. It is time to talk about a team that I was really, really high on going into this game. This is the team that I thought was a Super Bowl caliber team. This is the team that I was like, hey, do not be sleeping on this team. They're going to go to the Super Bowl. The Green Bay Packers now do have 5 losses on the season after losing to the Minnesota Vikings last week in Week 17. However, all 5 of those losses have come to the top 3 teams in the NFC. They lost the 5 points to the Philadelphia Eagles, 2 points to the Vikings, 10 points to the Lions, 3 points to the Lions, and then 2 points to the Minnesota Vikings yet again. And it seems that they're going to end up being the 7th seed in the NFC playoffs and play the Philadelphia Eagles in the second round. So the question is, do I still have faith in them making the Super Bowl? Guys, the Minnesota Vikings have elite talent. Jordan Love has elite talent. Christian Watson has elite talent. Romeo Doubs has elite talent. Josh Jacobs has elite talent. They're not playing elite. They are not playing like top 5 players in the NFL. They're not playing like top 10 players in the NFL, but they do have that elite talent. And when you have talent, it is just a matter of time before all that talent finally comes together. It is just a matter of time before all that talent starts to gel as one and becomes great. When you look at the Green Bay Packers, they have the 6th ranked overall defense, 10th in passing, 8th in rushing, 6th in scoring defense. Their offense is even better. 4th overall offense, 4th in rushing, 12th in passing, and they score at a rate of 60% when they get into the red zone. When they played the Minnesota Vikings in Week 17, they did not have their top receiver in the game. It's just what it is. Josh Jacobs only rushed for 69 yards in that night as well. In the first quarter, he was eating. They're like, let's not eat too much, my man, right? This game versus the Minnesota Vikings, guys, meant nothing to the Green Bay Packers. It legit meant nothing. Yes, they could have got as high as the 5th seed. Does it really matter? No. Yes, now they are going to probably be the 7th seed. Does it really matter? No. It doesn't matter to them because they are not winning Super Bowls in December like the Vikings and the Las Vegas Raiders. Let's just be honest. And also, versus this game, versus the Minnesota Vikings, they were trying some few things. Many of the things that they tried did not work. So they will adjust and move on and get ready for the playoffs. The play calling was sus at best. I don't expect that to happen in the playoffs, right? I don't expect them to go for a deep pass on 3rd and 5. I don't expect them to run a 2-yard pass route on 4th and 3. I don't expect them to go for it on 4th down within field goal range inside the Vikings 30. It was very uncharacteristic of the Green Bay Packers all game long. And like I said, as of right now, they will be playing the Philadelphia Eagles in round 1 if everything holds face. They did lose to the Philadelphia Eagles back in Week 1, 34-29. And since then, the Philadelphia Eagles have gotten a hell of a lot better. The Eagles are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. They weren't back in Week 1. Right now, they are. Also, the Packers have gotten a lot better. It is what it is. The Eagles have gotten a lot better. Packers are still pretty good, right? Jalen Hurts is coming back off of that concussion, and the Philadelphia Eagles should be resting Week 18. I think the Green Bay Packers will be resting Week 18 as well, depending on what the Commanders do and how the game schedule falls out. But I would clearly want to play the LA Rams over the Philadelphia Eagles if I'm a Green Bay Packer. But with that being said, guys, I still think the Green Bay Packers are a really, really good team. I still think the Green Bay Packers are a team that you do not want to be messing with around in the playoffs. If you get them down early, you need to stick a nail in the coffin and keep hammering in. Now, I do not see them beating the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round. I'm just going to put that out there. I do not see them beating the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round. I think it's going to be a close game. 23-20, 2017. It's going to be a one possession game under 25 points. Hell, the game might be 67 minutes long. If they do play the Rams, however, I do think they beat the Rams. And once you win that wild card game, get into the divisional round, you would be playing the Minnesota Vikings and or the Detroit Lions, depending on whoever gets the first seed. Anything can happen. So I'm going to waffle around this answer. And I do think the Green Bay Packers are a Super Bowl caliber team if they play the LA Rams in the first round. If they play the Eagles in the first round, they are a wild card exit. So do I think they're a Super Bowl team? Yes, I do. Do I still think they're great? Yes, I do. Do I think they are going to be great for a very, very long time to come? Yes, I do. They're the youngest team in the NFL. So what do you guys think? Can the Green Bay Packers make the Super Bowl? And Laura says, no, Pack, no. Right off the bat, no, Pack, no. And Laura says, you should have that cheese head on while you're talking about the Packers. I should, but I got to reach all the way over there. And then I got to reach all the way back. And then I got to look like an idiot. Forlano Hope says, skull. This was a free roll that turned into a whisper of hope and transformed into a legit run for a trophy. You are correct. Casey says, is Jordan Love worth his pay? Season says yes, but I say not really. Casey, Jordan Love is a classic case of the Dak Prescott syndrome. I think. If you watch spurts of Jordan Love, he will show you he's a top quarterback in the NFL, top 5 quarterback. But then in that same game, you can watch spurts of him and he's the worst quarterback in the NFL. He has yet to play a complete game from what I've seen. From start to finish, I have yet to see him play consistent, great all game long. He's played consistently bad all game long, but he's never been consistently great all game long. Now to say, is he worth the pay? Yes. Because whether you want to admit it or not, the next quarterback up in the NFL landscape is going to be the highest paid quarterback. That's just the world that we live in right now. There is so much stock into quarterbacks that if a quarterback has one successful season, he is going to get paid, right? Sam Darnold, one successful season, he's going to get paid. Jordan Love had one successful season. Yes, he was on the end of his contract, but he got paid. Dak Prescott had a couple successful seasons. He got paid. So do I think he's worth the pay? Yes. Do I think they overpaid paid for him? Yes. Do I think they overpaid for Dak and everybody else? Yes. I do. I really think there should be a limit of how much you can pay a player, like a max contract in the NBA. Jameson says the Packers will lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the first round, and I would agree with you on that. If they play in the first round, I think they are a first round exit. It's just the way it is. The Eagles are that good. John says, did you make a doctor's appointment? Yes. And I still do not have a concussion. Thanks for asking. Derek says, damn, House Buck, the party to be house party at Buck's house because it's going to be a Green Bay versus Kansas City Super Bowl if they make it. Listen, if that happens, it's going to be a house divided because my wife is a Packers fan. That is why we got the cheesehead, because we went to the opening day in, was it 2021? 2022? 2021? It was the Lions versus Packers, and I was decked out in cheesehead stuff. Laura says, no excuses, Buck. And Toby says, you sound like a sore loser. And I'm not a sore loser. I'm just saying, I think that the Vikings had everything to play for in that game, and the Packers had nothing to play for. The Packers came out and they tried a few new things here or there, and it failed. And the Vikings played a great game up until the second half of the fourth quarter, right? and when they let the Packers score 2 late touchdowns. Now, I know a lot of Packers fans were excited when they cut it down to like 2, but I never really felt like the Vikings lost control of of that game. Forlin Hope says, "Are you drunk?" I am not drunk. Wait till Saturday. We will be drunk here. Derek says, Josh Jacobs' legs can carry them. I think he wins running yards against any running backs in the playoffs. Josh Jacobs has the ability to be great. I don't think he has the want to be great. I don't think the want is there, right? He seems to check out a lot. I don't know. Casey says, one playoff win gets paid, plays like crap after Lawrence doesn't deserve it. Trevor Lawrence definitely did not deserve to get played. Casey says the Lions D starting to play dirty. Watch the Detroit Lions play all the time, Casey. Their defense is very, very dirty, right? I don't remember the cornerback's name. I think it's Joseph. He dives at everybody knees, right? I think in his career he has 4 torn ACLs for people diving at that. And Drew says this explains the multiple holes in your head. Ouch. Ouch. But guys, are the Green Bay Packers still great? I think they are. I think they are. I think they're good. I think they can beat the Rams. I do not think they'll beat the Eagles. And if I think the Rams can jump up to, the Buccaneers can jump up to a 3rd seed, right? And then I don't think they could beat the Bucs either. So I don't know. And John says, come on, Josh Jacobs is a Hall of Fame running back. No, he's not. No, he's not.